I'll just tell everybody else, since everyone else from the executive committee is on, and this will probably save us some time. I think he basically wanted the EC to encumber a lump of money so that it could be spent at the discretion of the ballot access committee during this convention period and during the whole, just have the money put aside so that it could be spent if we have a drive or whatever, and we don't have to call an EC meeting. I think that was the gist of the request, but Mr. Redpath is here now.
Yeah, sorry.
8:02. I'll call the executive committee meeting to order. Mr. Redpath, do you have a motion?
No, I will have a motion, but I want to discuss the situation first, please. I apologize for being late. I had a internet connectivity problem at an inopportune time, but now it's on. Okay, we've got presidential ballot status right now in 36 states plus DC, and there are 7 states that might be able to do this themselves, get on the ballot with the presidential ticket without litigation. And those are New Jersey. I've spoken with Dan Kraus, the chair of the New Jersey party. He thinks that they will be able to complete that drive all volunteer. There's Wisconsin. I'm trying to line up an attorney for a lawsuit in Wisconsin. Have not done so yet. They only need 2,000 valid signatures. They can't start until early July. They've got August 4. But I do live close to Wisconsin now, and I plan on going up to assist them during that petition drive to help them get their 2,000 net. Washington is a state. I've got a voicemail into Randy McGlynn. I've not heard back from him regarding the state of Washington. Iowa, Mike Connor Jr. is the state chair. He thinks they can do the 1,500 net themselves. I have a call into Chris Holbrook in Minnesota, 2,000
Wait. Stop. Sorry, time out. Is Iowa seeking legal relief on their 1,500?
No, they're right now, I don't believe they are seeking legal relief on the 1,500.
Is this on purpose or just they don't care?
I think they can do it without legal intervention. All right.
Okay.
I'll be happy to call them back.
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
Chris Holbrook, Minnesota. I've got a voicemail into him. Haven't heard back. That's 2,000 net. Tennessee, 275 net. Joshua Earl says, no problem. We can get it done. Pat Ford. Joshua, is it Eckel?
It's Eckel.
Did I say Eckel? Okay, you're right. E-A-K-L-E. Yeah, Eckel. And then Pat Ford assures me that Rhode Island will get done. And I'm going to be in contact with him on that. But that leaves 7 states. They've got a late deadline in Rhode Island, September 4th, 1,000 ballots. But that leaves 7 states that either are already getting national help or probably may need national help. There is litigation that is ongoing or is about to be filed in 6 of those 7 states. And those states are Maine, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Alaska, New Hampshire, and Virginia. Alabama, I have not lined up an attorney to litigate in Alabama yet. So those are the states I'm hopeful that only 7 states now will need some sort of help. But the situation is, the LNC that is. But the situation is changing. You can change at any time.
Double check, Bill. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt. Alaska, we already authorized money to be spent on a petition drive, correct? So is that right, operating and that's happening right now?
They have 265 gross signatures right now, and it's about to ramp up.
Okay.
A petitioner just came in to work there full time, so that is about to ramp up in Alaska. What I'm saying is that what I am just saying, due to the high changeability or potential changeability of this situation, I called Dan Fishman and said, Dan, what dollar number do you think we could just say we could use for ballot access right now and he said that he would not sweat over $30,000. And this was a conversation I had with him a couple of days ago. So what I would say is, because I would really prefer to not have to come back to the EC to fund this state or fund that state, and $30,000 is, yes, it's a lot of money, but it's not a huge amount of money, certainly as ballot access goes. I'm certainly open to suggestions about I'm certainly open to suggestions about, you know, who is
Can I ask you a question, Bill?
Yes.
Are you attempting to make a motion to encumber $30,000 for ballot access, petitioning, or litigation expense to be expended at the discretion of the executive director?
I'm open to whatever here. I would like, frankly, I'd like it to make it my discretion. But if you want to make it the executive director, or the executive director or chair, or the three of us, whatever
popular
works.
Of late. So let's just make it the ED. I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like you do better that way, my friend.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever works. I don't have a lot of ego on this.
I can ask other executive committee members if they want the chair to be in charge of this, but I feel like that's
I just wanted to throw it open to see what people would be amenable to, but
I would prefer the chair to be in charge of it rather than staff, or I'd prefer Mr. Redpath to be in charge of it.
Yeah, you can write it to have you be able to expend the money as your position as ballot access committee chair. I think that, I mean, does anyone have any problems with that? I know this is informal. I'm just asking.
No.
And
yeah,
no problem.
So I think the motion is you want 30 grand to be encumbered to be expended at the discretion of the ballot access committee chair.
Yes, yeah. that would be my motion. And with respect to the ballot access committee, I'm going to write up the situation for 14 states, and I will send it to the ballot access committee and the LNC. So this is written down where we stand right now. But I just don't want to have to call a committee meeting. When is everybody available? A couple days ago.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Do we need discussion?
I've got a quick question of the treasurer.
Mr. Goldstein, go ahead.
Mr. Hagan, what's our financial state right now? If they need to write this check for $30,000 tomorrow, do we have it on hand?
Yes, we do. We have money in the unrestricted account, cash. We can handle that.
And if they had to do that, it wouldn't strap us for other ongoing operations?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, thank you.
And by the way, Sam, I don't think we need it tomorrow, but we might need some of it tomorrow, or some of it soon anyway.
Just don't go to the track with it, Bill. Especially Arlington, where you live.
Yeah.
Just win.
Yeah.
As long as you win,
closed.
go to the track as much as you want, Bill.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just don't screw up.
I doubt that's open.
Actually, I have been to that track. Arlington.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
Any further questions or discussion for Mr. Redpath or Mr. Hagan?
Mr. Redpath, this is Jim Lark. With respect to the $30,000, is this pretty much all for petitioning and associated costs, or is any of this for legal bills?
I don't know. I don't think, let me put it this way. I am not aware of any litigation right now that is not being handled pro bono. Mr. Chairman, can you think of any litigation that's not being pro bono handled?
Nothing that is pending right now has any direct expenditures I'm aware of. Oliver has asked me about whether or not we can raise enough money to do retainers or fee arrangements of some amount, even if it's nominal, for some counsel in various states who would normally do this pro bono. And I told him we can get the money, but he hasn't actually asked to use any of it yet. So,
Thank you, Mr. Redpath.
I think that there may be some legal expenses, but I believe that all of the services are pro bono, and then of course they collect fees.
Yeah,
If
like
they lose.
New Hampshire, we have local counsel that's going to pick it up for the fees on the back end if he wins. And Oliver's going to assist at some level, but we're not paying anything other than maybe actual filing fees and whatnot. Any other questions for Mr. Redpath or anyone else? Hearing none. Would we like to proceed to a roll call, or do you want to do without objection?
I can live without objection.
Is there any objection to the motion? Having given it a few seconds and hearing no objection, it passes without objection. Congratulations, Mr. Redpath.
Thank you, everyone.
Be in touch
Chairman?
with Mr. Fishman to actually disperse things.
Chairman, if I may, Jim Larg.
Go ahead.
I noticed that our new colleague, Mr. Coburn, has joined us, and I think it's appropriate to welcome him to the shooting match. So, and also to wish him well. I believe Mr. Coburn is running for the state senate in New York, and I think we should wish him well for that and thank him for his efforts.
Absolutely.
Thank you and welcome, Mr. Coburn. Go ahead and address the body if you'd like, Mr. Coburn.
Well, was not prepared. I'm fixing dinner, but thank you. I would note my run for state senate is more of a paper candidacy. I had the opportunity to get on the ballot because we had to collect signatures for our state committee anyway, and it was literally no extra signatures to get on the ballot, so it's free marketing for the party. But I am very happy to be here and hope we can all work together in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Tucker. All right. We will be adjourned at 8:14 unless there's any objection. And thank you all for taking care of this on quick notice. And have a great evening.